In April 2025, a deadly attack shook the Baizaran Valley near Pahalgam in Indian Kashmir. 26 civilians, mostly Hindus, were killed and 20 others wounded after gunmen disguised in military uniforms opened fire. Victims were reportedly singled out based on religion, forced to recite Islamic verses at gunpoint. Though the militant group, the Resistance Front, initially claimed responsibility, they later withdrew the statement. India blamed Pakistani-backed militants, escalating tensions and triggering a military response codenamed Operation Sindoor. It was the deadliest attack since the 2008 Mumbai Siege. This tragedy was merely the epilogue. Behind it lies a far darker story, rooted in the shadowy aftermath of World War II. To understand this crisis, we must go back to the 15th of August, 1947. That's when Britain abruptly withdrew its forces, dividing the subcontinent overnight along religious lines. And then, something unexpected happened. Instead of celebrating the end of colonial oppression, we were thrust into a situation that chills the blood. Suddenly, uncontrolled migrations and chaos erupted. 15 million people crossed the borders into the new India or Pakistan, while millions died in the ruthless upheaval on both sides. Death toll estimates vary, but they range between 200,000 and 2 million, both Pakistanis and Indians. Mass rapes, massacres, and abductions became rampant. Around 75,000 women were either raped or kidnapped. People were displaced, and property looted or destroyed simply because they found themselves on the wrong side of the British-imposed border. This period left deep scars that continued to shape relations between the two countries. Soon after, the situation escalated further. The flashpoint was Kashmir. The region, though predominantly Muslim, was ruled by Maharaja Hari Singh, a Hindu, who chose to join India. This decision led to a conflict that would push humanity to the brink of nuclear escalation decades later. Pakistan supported an invasion by tribal fighters from the northwest frontier. India responded by sending in its military with the condition that the region formally accede to India. The war lasted until 1949, ending with the division of Kashmir. 2/3 went to India and 1/3 to Pakistan. The line of control, Low C, remains the de facto border to this day. Why does this matter now? Because Kashmir never received the promised referendum on independence, which the United Nations had guaranteed in 1948. Both sides used this as a political weapon in their ongoing struggle. Following that, the conflicts continued, each more complicated and tense than the last. Pakistan launched Operation Gibraltar to provoke a rebellion by Muslims in Indian Kashmir. India responded with a massive military offensive. The war lasted from August to September 1965, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The war ended with the mediation of the Soviet Union and the United States in Tashkent, leaving the status quo. The third war came in 1971, the creation of Bangladesh. An internal conflict in East Pakistan, today's Bangladesh, erupted due to political and ethnic discrimination against the Bengalis. After the 1970 elections, Pakistan refused to recognize the victory of the Awami League, a Bengali party. This led to a brutal military crackdown, which triggered a massive exodus. About 10 million people crossed into India. India intervened in December 1971 and, within 13 days, defeated the Pakistani military. The result: Bangladesh's independence and the surrender of approximately 90,000 Pakistani soldiers. India first conducted nuclear tests on May 18, 1974, Operation Smiling Buddha, and then carried out 5 additional nuclear tests in 1998, Operation Shakti. These tests prompted Pakistan to conduct its own nuclear tests shortly after. This set the stage for further conflict, as Pakistan launched a new offensive in 1999. Pakistani soldiers and militants crossed the line of control at Kargil, seizing strategic positions. India launched a counteroffensive. The conflict lasted from May to July 1999 and ended with the withdrawal of Pakistani forces under pressure from the United States. What followed were frequent terrorist attacks. India points the finger at Pakistan, while Pakistan denies involvement. The 22nd of April attack was not an isolated incident, but the peak of rising tensions. Indian warplanes launched Operation Sindoor, targeting alleged terrorist bases on the Pakistani side. Officials in Delhi claimed this was retaliation for barbaric attacks on Indian citizens. Justice had been served, they announced. Pakistan, in turn, called it an illegal act of aggression. General Amir Riaz warned that the situation was very dangerous and vowed retaliation. The people of both nations live in fear. Residents in border regions are fleeing their homes. The media is filled with bellicose messages. One minister celebrates, "The whole country is happy that we took revenge," while others warn of the imminent danger of escalation. And finally, we ask, what if the next conflict doesn't remain limited? What if the interests and reprisals escalate beyond conventional weapons? A war between two nuclear powers is never without peril,